What is up, everybody? Merry Christmas to each and every one of you, and welcome to the West Brom preview show here on Anfield Agenda. My name is Craig, I'm the host on the channel, and I'm going to be taking you through my thoughts for the game on the 27th. We will, of course, be doing a watch-along over here on Anfield Agenda. Our coverage normally starts half an hour beforehand, but for this one, we've gone a little bit extra. We've got our friends from Nothing But Reds who are going to be doing the match announcement, or I should say the starting 11 announcement. That show will start at 3:20pm and run to 3:50. I'll then be on at 4 o'clock to start the regular watch-along, and we will, of course, have our post-match show coming up as well. Please do go over and check out the guys at Nothing But Reds. Couple of American Reds, fantastic channel and really good friends of ours as well. But most importantly, this preview is being brought to you by our sponsors, Boyle Sports. Boyle Sports have some cracking offers, folks, coming up over Christmas. They've a no-lose bet coming up as well for, I think it's one of the Manchester United games, so make sure to go over and check that out. If you are going to sign up to Boyle Sports, please do use the link in the description below. When you sign up to Boyle Sports and you deposit your first £10 or €10 and stake that, you will receive at least a free bet, but depending on where you are in the world, you might get a few extra ones as well. And look, the folks at Boyle Sports have been really good to us. So if you are going to have a little flutter over the Christmas period, we urge you to please do so responsibly. Always spend no more than you can afford to lose. And please have a look at the Boyle Sports offers. And again, there is a sign up in the description of the stream just to let the lads know we sent you over. But, ladies and gentlemen, to the preview show. As always, I'm going to start you off with my prediction for the game now. This is a little bit difficult because Sam Allardyce has obviously come in to replace Slaven Bilic as the West Bromwich Albion manager, and the human gravy boat himself does like to try and save teams from relegation, and often you get a new manager bounce when this happens. But I still think Liverpool are going to be far too strong at Anfield for this West Bromwich Albion side. As we know, we're 66 games unbeaten now in the Premier League at Anfield. Some great news coming up with regards to players coming back as well. THIAGO has been pictured doing a little bit of ball work as well at Kirby. James Milner and Shaqiri are starting to come back to fitness as well. And just a reminder now that Premier League clubs are allowed to have 9 players on the bench. Still only the 3 substitutions, but because we have those 9 spots on the bench now, I'm wondering, will we perhaps see Thiago Alcantara on the bench for this game? Maybe get 5 or 10 minutes to come back. He's not going to start the game. I think we can all agree on that one. Again, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain probably get some much needed minutes at some point as well. But let's start off with the score prediction for this one, folks. And look, I'm not going to beat around the bush on it. I really do think it's going to be a fairly straightforward win, and I'm going for a 3-0 win for the Reds. Again, love to know your thoughts on the score prediction, folks, and please feel free to put it into the chat below. There's also Craig's bet for the game, and again with association with Boyle Sports. This is what I have for the game. I'm going to go for the Reds to win 3-0, as you can see there. And if you fancy backing that one, and I've got a couple of these right recently as well, Boyle Sports have that at 11-2, meaning that if you were to throw a tenner on it, you could potentially get a payout of 65, or you could, of course, lose your tenner. But that's my bet for the week. Liverpool to win 3-0, 11-2 with our friends at Boyle Sports. And again, check out some of their other cracking offers coming up over the festive period. Right, so we go to the lineup, ladies and gentlemen, because that's the reason most of us are here, to talk about who may or may not be starting for the Reds. This was very difficult for me because we're starting to get players back. Curtis Jones has been in absolutely phenomenal form. But you're going to be shocked to learn that I've actually not started Curtis in my predicted starting 11. So let's have a little look at what I think the Reds will line up like on the 27th. As you can see, folks, I'm going for Alisson, of course, to start in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Robbo at left back. Centre back partnership of Joe Matip and Fabinho. It's really important that these guys would have had 8 days between games. They haven't had that long off in quite a while, so I'm hoping the gaffer is giving them a few extra days off to maybe spend with their families. In midfield then, I've gone for El Capitan Jordan Henderson. Gini Wijnaldum, Mr. Reliable himself, the guy that we all hope puts pen to paper on a new contract with the club. But I'm going to give the start this time to Naby Keita, not Curtis Jones. I just think that Naby needs the minutes. I think we've started to see glimpses of Naby as well before he had that little injury, that he's getting back to his best. It was very difficult for me not to go with Curtis Jones. And look, if Curtis Jones starts, Again, I've no problem with that. I'll be as happy as anybody. Then up front, we know that THIAGO Jota is of course unavailable and won't be available for another at least 4 weeks, I would say. So I've gone for the old front three: Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah. And again, these guys all starting to come back into cracking form. I don't believe any of this nonsense, by the way, about Mohamed Salah being unhappy at Liverpool Football Club. Look at it from this direction. Why would he be unhappy playing with the best club in the world? Why would he be unhappy when he's out there publicly stating that he wants to break every record at Liverpool? And then there's also the other side of the coin, that Real Madrid, Barcelona, the two clubs who he's always linked with, really can't afford Mohamed Salah. You know that, I know that, the media know that, but yet we still see some of these crazy links. So that's the 11 that I think will start. Again, there's going to be shouts for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, there's going to be shouts for Curtis Jones too. That was the most difficult decision of all my decisions, folks, to leave Curtis Jones out of the game, because Curtis Jones is an absolute baller, and I think he's forced his way into Jurgen Klopp's plans for pretty much every game. Now again, the games are going to come thick and fast over the festive period. If you're wondering why we have 8 days off between games, the Premier League have not really given clubs a winter break, but they have staggered this week's fixtures, or this round of fixtures, over the course of 2 weeks. So Liverpool get their time off this week, as will some other clubs, and then of course again, Liverpool will play next week, but other clubs will have some time off. So loads of games coming up as well. We've got the Aston Villa game in January, the FA Cup. I'm not going to lie, I want revenge. Who else out there, by the way, is still floating after that absolute destruction of Crystal Palace 7-0, coming off the destruction of Wolves, coming off the beating of Leicester? It just keeps getting better and better for Jurgen Klopp's Reds. Obviously, Manchester United find themselves in a little bit of form as well. They're starting to talk about a potential title race. I've already publicly stated it. If we had to have a title race with anyone, and look, I fully believe we're going back to back. Really don't think anybody will be consistent enough to challenge us. I'd love it to be with United. Now, of course, when I say I want the title race, I mean I always want to be 5, 6, 7 points ahead of the minimum. But if it was to beat anybody to the title, if we were to pip somebody to it, for me, I'd love to pip Manchester United to the title. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed our streams over the last year, please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Drop a like on the video. We've had an amazing year on the channel. The growth we've had has been phenomenal, and it's all been capped off by getting sponsorship from Boyle Sports, who I can't speak highly enough of. The first conversation we sat down and had with Boyle, they were talking about betting, but they were talking about it in a responsible way. They want you guys, if you're going to have a flutter, to stick £2 on, £1 on, a £5 on, nothing too dramatic. It's just there to enhance your enjoyment of the game, and we couldn't ask for better partners or better sponsors. So thank you to all the guys at Boyle Sports for their amazing support throughout the year as well, but mainly to you guys, our subscribers, who've helped us to get to where we are. 60,000 subscribers. When we had that Barcelona comeback video, this channel was at 18,000. When we had the 7-2 loss to Villa, we've gained 10,000 subscribers since that loss, and that's down to you guys and your unwavering, unbelievable support. So thank you. If there's any West Bromwich Albion fans watching this thinking that I'm being a bit dismissive of your side, I don't mean to be. It's just that I think Liverpool are really starting to click into a good vein of form. West Brom have some decent players there. They've got some good pacey wide players. They've got Ivanovic, of course. You'll remember him from the Chelsea days. And they also have a brand new manager. And Sam Allardyce has a fantastic record of keeping teams up in the Premier League. Will he do it with West Brom? I guess time will tell. But my prediction below, I think, is a pretty clear one. 3-0 win for the Reds. I don't really see us having too much trouble on the day. I hope we keep a clean sheet. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it from me on the preview show. Again, have a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you guys before the new year as well, have a Happy New Year. I'll be back on our second channel, Mundo Sporto, on Boxing Day or Stevens' Day if you're from Ireland. I'll be doing a watch-along over on there with the Arsenal-Chelsea game, I think it is. Make sure to subscribe to Mundo Sporto. There is a link in the description. And of course, 27th, the game against West Brom. The show starts at 3:20 with the guys from Nothing But Reds giving you the team news show. I'll be here then at 4 p.m. starting the watch along of the game against West Brom. I hope to see you there. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for watching. Up the Reds.